Hey guys, Jake here, and today I am here with my week 2 match of the Hive versus Azar. Azar is one of my best friends in the community. He's a really good player and he's a really good guy. I respect him a lot. And it was pretty. I was kind of looking forward to playing, kind of not, because I have a pretty tough matchup. But oh well. I'll read out his team real quick. So his team consists of Keldeo, Xurkitree, Mamoswine, Scolipede, Haxorus, Florges, Blastoise, Bronzong, Megaseptile, Skuntank, and Moltres. So there are 3 mons that I have no great switch-ins to. Those being Keldeo, Mamoswine, and Scolipede. Those 3 things were just terrible for me to prepare for. Xurkitree is pretty threatening as well. If it's C Hypnosis or it gets speed past it into it with Scolipede. Bronzong, you're gonna see I under-prepped for Bronzong. I prepped for it terribly. Basically, my thought process was, oh, I can whittle it down, but I'm actually just stupid. A lot of my team is walled by Bronzong, so that sucks. Let's get into my team that I brought. The first mon I have, the first mon that I'll go over is my specially defensive Salamence. This thing can, it's my best switch in to Keldeo, but if he predicts me and goes for Icy Wind, pops my Yachi Berry, then I'm in a lot of trouble. My moveset on this thing is Roost, Aerial Ace, Iron Tail to 2KO Florges and do a ton to Mamoswine. And I've also got Defog in case he started hazard stacking me with Scolipede. Which means this set is absolutely walled by Bronzong. I did have Fire Blast at one point, but I took it off for Defog because I thought hazards would be too scary. The next mon I've got is Life Orb Dugtrio. I played around with a few Dugtrio sets. At one point I had Grounded EMCs to do a ton to the Keldeo, leave it in range of pretty much all my other mons. I also considered Band, but I didn't want Band because I wanted to be able to change my moves, because I wanted to be able to use Memento, because as I'll tell you later, Memento would have been really helpful in this game. The next mon I've got is Air Balloon Metagross. This is my rocker for this week. We can switch into Mamoswine depending on the scenario if I think he's gonna go into EQ. This thing's moveset is Rocks, Bullet Punch, Earthquake, and Zen Headbutt, so this thing's walled by Bronzong. Another thing that's walled by Bronzong, so that's nice. The next mon I've got is a Flying EMC Weavile. The Flying EMC is nice for Keldeo, even though it's kinda obvious. But oh well. There wasn't really any other item I wanted to run on Weavile, so even if he's like Cova Berry, I still do a decent amount, and I'm obviously going to scout for Scarf. And so my matchup was pretty bad, so I figured I had to have some sort of win con that would throw him off. And I felt like this win con was Nidoqueen, and I know what you're thinking. Nidoqueen doesn't have the best matchup here. Gets OHKO'd by Mamoswine, gets OHKO'd by Keldeo. Scolipede does a lot to it, and it kind of has some 4 move slot syndrome because Bronzong forced me to run Flamethrower. But basically, I decided if I could be careful with my Nidoqueen and not let it take too much damage early on, I could potentially win with it by passing speed into it with my Hawlucha. I've got 4 attacks on my Nidoqueen: Earthquake, Earth Power, Sludge Wave for general stab, and they hit his team pretty well. I've also got Flamethrower to Bronzong, and I've got Thunderbolt to potentially OHKO Keldeo, and do a lot more to Blastoise, which he did not bring. Now, the next mon I brought is Hawlucha, used pretty much only for speed passing. Baton Pass, Substitute, Agility, and I've also got Encore, so if I can go like hard Bronzong on this as he goes for rocks. Go for the encore as he might try and attack me, then get up a free sub and try and start setting up. So yeah, I'm gonna lead off with my Hawlucha because I thought I can potentially try and get a head start. Thought he might leave with Bronzong to get a Brox, but he leads off with Moltres. I don't have great switch-ins to Moltres if it has HP Ice, but I'm just gonna go into my Salamence. It's the best thing I have is he just goes for the U-turn. And he goes into his Mamoswine. Now he's probably gonna go for the Icicle Crash here. I don't want to go into Metagross, because if I go into Metagross and he goes for an Icicle Crash, he will just break my balloon and then proceed to Earthquake me on the next turn. So instead, I'm just gonna go into make a hard switch into my Weavile. I take the Icicle Crash, and this next turn I'm gonna go into and Metagross, predicting the EQ. But as you're gonna see, he's actually gonna go on to a Scolipede. Now here, I just really want Rocks up because he has no way of removing him, and the Rocks are nice for Moltres as well as the Scolipede. I figured it was probably worth getting my balloon broken, although it might not have been. I also don't have great switches. It's like an SD Scolipede with Rock Slide, or doesn't even need Rock Slide. Poison Jab does a lot to the Mints. But yeah, I'm just gonna get a Rocks here as he just goes straight for the Baton Pass and goes into his Bronzong. Now I'm hard walled by this Bronzong. But I'm just gonna go out into my Hawlucha, hoping he'd go for Rocks, but he actually goes for the Reflect. Now what this Reflect means is that I'm gonna have a really hard time trying to break this Bronzong. It also means I'll do less damage to his offensive threats. So this was a good bring on his part. I'm still gonna go for the Encore here, as now he's Encored into Reflect. Now I just jumped the gun and think now's the time to start setting up with trying to set up speed and subs and try and pass into my Nidoqueen. I honestly don't know what I was thinking. Mamoswine isn't even in range of Earth Power. Keldeo, that's a rule. Scolipede dies. And also this Moltres, it could be Choice Scarf. But on this turn, I'm just gonna go for the Substitute. As he just goes for the Air Slash. That doesn't reveal he's Scarf, because I didn't EV my Hawlucha to outspeed this Moltres, but here I'm just gonna go for the Agility, and I just make a misplay here. I just Baton Pass into my Nidoqueen right away. I'm not sure what I was thinking here, but what this damage means is that I'm in range of and I started from Mamoswine, so this basically means I cannot sweep with my Nidoqueen unless I somehow get Speed Pass to it and Mamoswine is out of the way. So I just go for the Thunderbolt and not gonna over predict, and I take out that Moltres. Here, he goes out into his Mamoswine. He's probably actually just decides to sack my Hawlucha here. Nidoqueen can still be useful for Bronzong. He still doesn't have a safe switch into Nidoqueen, so Nidoqueen is still useful in that regard, but Hawlucha I just don't see a point in keeping. As he goes for the Rocks as I go into Hawlucha. Here I just set up a Substitute because I'm not sure what he's gonna do. If he goes for a nice Crash, it's fine. I am sacking off my Hawlucha after all. So here I'm not sure what to do in this scenario. I honestly shouldn't have agility there, because as you're gonna see, it means I'm gonna take more damage from Gyro Ball. So now I actually don't have a switch into this Bronzong because I'm a retard and decided to go for the Gyro Ball when it really wasn't necessary. But here I'm just gonna spam Substitute because Gyro Ball, fun fact, it only has 8 PP, and if I stall this Bronzong out of Gyro Balls, it can be a lot easier to deal with. It means I can beat it with my Weavile and stuff. But here he just hard switches into his Keldeo as he goes for the Substitute. Now here I'm gonna just go for the Baton Pass and go into my Salamence. If I was a DD Salamence with the Yachi Berry and I had coverage for Bronzong, it would be looking really nice right now. But I just go into Salamence because I can threaten this Keldeo, and I take anything, and he just goes for the Scald. It doesn't break my sub, so now he's forced out. Here I misclick. I won't go for the Roost when I meant to go for the Aerial Ace, but as you're going to see, he goes for the Icy Wind and misses. So that really sucks. Basically, I got rewarded for a misclick, which is dumb. And this time, I actually go for the Aerial Ace, and he reveals that he actually is Copa Berry, which I somewhat anticipated. Here, I just click Aerial Ace again, because if I knock out the Keldeo, that's pretty nice. But here, I look at my team. My Nidoqueen's it's at like 40% after it comes in from rocks again. My Hawlucha has no attacking moves. My Weavile dies to Gyro Ball. My Salamence is walled by this. My Dugtrio can only hit this with Sucker Punch, and my Growth is also hard walled. So basically, at this point, I was thinking, holy crap, I lose to this Bronzong. But I figured it can't do much back to me. So I'm just gonna try and just like spam Iron Tail against it, hoping to get like defense drops or something. And because I don't really have I don't want to switch into my Nidoqueen right now. But I miss Iron Tail and he goes for the Reflect, so I'm just staying in, and now he goes for the Toxic, which sucks, which means my Salamence is gonna get worn down really easily. Harder for me to switch into Scolipede, harder for me to switch into Keldeo. It's pretty annoying, but here, I just switched into my Nidoqueen. I make it I just got impatient, and he goes for the Earthquake and knocks out my Nidoqueen. So basically, I can't break this Bronzong now without sacking a few Mons. And now I go into my Hawlucha, because I can Encore this thing and get up a free sub. But I actually predict him to switch, because I thought that Encore was obvious, and I figured Momentum was more useful at this point in the game than trying to pass speed. But here I'm just gonna go into my Salamence. I still can't touch this Bronzong, and he's just gonna go for the Gyro Ball. And here I'm just gonna Roost up as he goes for the Earthquake. He can pretty much just spam attacks versus me in an attempt to knock out my Mets, because I am Toxic. Here I'm just gonna switch into my Metagross. I wanted Rocks up, I guess, but that was also a misplay, because now he breaks my Balloon, and now I just lose to Mamoswine. It gets a kill every time. Here, predicting him to Earthquake again, I go into my Hawlucha. This time I'm not going to over-predict, I just go for the Encore. And I Baton Pass here, because I'm thinking he's going to switch out, but stupid me doesn't realize I can't threaten this Bronzong in any way possible. It's best for him just to stay and spam Earthquake. So here I go into my Weavile. I can live in Earthquake. Here I'm just thinking Weavile dies to Scolipede because he can just protect. Basically, I guess I could have saved this Weavile, but I just wanted to get as much damage out as possible, and that's absolutely nothing to this Bronzong. I live the Earthquake on 1, so I get another hit off, leaving him pretty low. So this Bronzong, I managed to weaken, but I lost my Weavile. Here, I go for the Encore. This time he switches out and goes hard into his Mamoswine. Here I go for the Baton Pass. I'm not sure why I went for the Baton Pass there. Yeah, I don't know why. But whatever. Here he just goes to Icicle Crash as I just sack off my Salamence. Here I'm thinking it's pretty much over, because I just go for Sucker Punch here so I can get this in range of my Metagross. I'm just playing for differential at this point. But here, oh yeah, I got a crit there, which kind of sucks, which means that this Mamoswine is gonna die here. He would have went for Ice right there and lived a Sucker Punch probably. Here I just go for Metagross. Circuitry is kind of to KO me, but thankfully I'm going to kill him with the Earthquake. And here it just goes into Keldeo, and his Keldeo is going to clean up. Not sure why I switch here, but it's whatever. So yeah, let me just take some time to talk about my performance. I did not prep or play well this game. Zara definitely prepped and played well. I'm not gonna just whine about the matchup because I know I'll get hate for that, but I'm not gonna deny that my matchup was difficult for me. I have been performing pretty well in the CPC, but in the Hive, I've just not been doing my best. I know I'm a much better player than what I have shown the last 2 weeks versus Ace and now versus Azar. I'm definitely just going to give it my all for the rest of the season. I know in my draft analysis, I said this was a more casual league than the CPC. I take that back. The Hive is definitely a very competitive league, and all these players are really well. What I meant with that statement was that the Hive is more of a friend. We're in this league because we're friends, and the CPC is more competitive. Like its intent is competitive, but it doesn't mean that the Hive players are bad by any means. I think they're pretty close to the CPC players, in all honesty. So, good game to Azar. I'll definitely try and bounce back next week, but next week we're playing up against just as good as a player. We're going up against Jack and the top of the Swampers. He's 2-0 as well. But I'll definitely try my hardest. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.